but thank you for the concern. Okay. She squeezed me lightly and left. I shuddered out of breath. I wasn't lying. My experience in Vegas, in which my boss harassed me, and my company swept it under the rug until me and other members of staff went to the police, wasn't the reason I didn't want to date. I was genuinely happy by myself. That would probably change in the future, but for now, I was living the life I wanted. The settlement my old company had given me when I'd left had been little more than an apology for not listening to me, but it had been a very large apology, and it had enabled me to move back home to White Peak and buy the bakery. I was just thankful there was an apartment above the bakery that was now my home, because I'd bought the bakery outright and I didn't want to buy a house. I needed all my money so I could franchise the bakery and create a Queen of Tarts chain across North America. All right, I'd settle for Montana, but it was nice to have goals. Thus, there was no room for dating in my life. Every waking second had to go into making the bakery a success. I couldn't be beholden to the whims and wants of someone else while I was trying to build an empire. An empire made of cakes, bread, and donuts. It could be worse. If you're here to lecture me about dating, you're going to have to turn around and leave, I warned my brother. He smiled sheepishly. I'm actually here to apologize. I brought pizza. He held up 2 boxes. Awfully presumptuous of you. I opened the door further so he could come inside. And correct, evidently. Well, it's not my fault if after baking all day for other people I want pizza, okay? I closed the door behind him. Now, this apology? Josh put the pizza down on the dining table and turned to me with a grimace. I'm sorry I sent Kingsley to bug you about dating. It's just that you're the only one in the group that's single, and I'm okay with that, I said, telling him the same thing I'd told her this morning. Truly, Josh, I'm happy. I'm happy that you're all in relationships, and I'm just as happy that I'm not. Can we leave it at that? Yes, absolutely. He pulled me into a hug. But just a warning, I don't think Holly and Tori have given up. I groaned, sagging against him. They're sending me on a blind date, aren't they? I think so. They were talking about it today when I went to get Kinsley for lunch from the store. Pulling away from him, I grabbed the top pizza box and opened it. Ugh, vegetables. Who put vegetables on pizza? If I wanted to eat vegetables, I'd have a salad or something. Or I'd be vegetarian, and quite frankly, I liked bacon far too much for that. I took the other box. It better have pepperoni and bacon on it. If it wasn't, my brother could shove his apology up his butt and into next week. Luckily for him, it was, and I sat down at the table to eat. Why can't anyone accept that I'm happy alone? You want me to get them to stop? Nobody can get Holly to stop, especially when she teams up with Tori. I'll just have to go on their stupid blind date and suffer through it, I sighed, breaking a bit of stringy cheese when it looked like pepperoni was going to slide off. It's fine. It's not. I know it's not, and it's all your fault, no matter how well-meaning your actions were. He held up his hands. I get it. I'll stay out of it. Until you meet someone, then I'll scare them off. I stared at him. You're marrying my friend. You have no say. Oh, come on. It's been well over a year. Are we still discussing that? Yes, because you're marrying her. Would you prefer I broke her heart instead? I snorted. You've been in love with Kinsley for like 10 years. You couldn't break her heart if you tried. All right, no need to remind me of all the years I pined after her. I grinned and bit into my slice of pizza. Shame, that was my favorite hobby. It was practically a requisite being his little sister. Despite what everyone thought, I really wasn't lonely. And it wasn't like I wasn't seeing anyone, I was. They just happened to be different people that I saw once.